Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone had a great Sunday and a great evening that's going on right now. I know some people probably watching football and everything, but it's okay. It's okay. Just welcome everyone. Just giving a little time for everybody to come in, and everyone that's in here, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the supporters and all the support. Appreciate y'all very much. As you come in, type of one, let us know that you're in here. What's up, Kitty? Like I said, glad to see each and every one of you all. Today is going to be about sickle cell. I'm gonna put something else together, more about it and everything, and I'm gonna see can I get some videos and all that kind of stuff to go along with it too. If you can hear me, type of one. Let me know that you can hear me, because I know a lot of times, sometimes when you're trying to do something positive, it's always some negative stuff try to come against it. So it's all good though. We still gonna roll with it. But like I said, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Today, just gonna talk a little bit about parenting a child with sickle cell. Parenting a child with sickle cell. Most of y'all know that my son has sickle cell. And before we get started, um, welcome, Real Talk Conversations, where a platform has been created to come together and commune together, not divide each other. And that's one reason why we did this. And we're not trying to divide people. We want people to come together and talk. That's all we want to do. Just come together and talk a little bit. But this evening, I'm talking about parenting a child with sickle cell. At times, it can be rough. At times, it can be hard. At times, it can be stressful. But you know, you keep going. And I know it's other chronic diseases out there. I can talk on some of them because I do know some of them, but I'm not going to dabble dabble in that. But if you taking care of someone with a chronic disease, you welcome to share your experience and everything in the chat. Hey, Leah, how you doing? Thanks, Kitty. But yeah, it can be stressful and it can be hard sometimes. And one of the things I want to talk about is that even though it's hard and it's stressful, you keep going, you keep pushing, you strive, and make sure you take care of your child or a parent that may be dealing with something. But we talk about my child right now, a child, not just my child, but people that's dealing with sickle cell or something like that. Because I've seen some of the other warriors how they take care of their children or the children taking care of them. But a lot of times we hold back the emotional side of that because it is an emotional side to that. Y'all don't know about the nights that we sit and we cry. Y'all don't know about the nights that we get up in the middle of the night or the early part of the morning and be on the road traveling to go see and take care of our child. A lot of people don't know that side. We can laugh and joke and have fun, but that emotional side, it takes a toll on us sometimes because we don't like to see our children dealing with that or our children going through that. And that's understandable. That's understandable and everything. But before I get too far into this, and I know some people don't really know about sickle cell or know what it is, I'm just gonna bring this up just to show a little bit about it. I hope y'all can see it. See, can I bring it to the screen a little bit bigger? It's just an overview. It's just an overview. That's all this is. Just an overview. Sickle cell anemia is one of a group of inherited disorders known as sickle cell disease. It affects the shape of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Red blood cells are usually round and flexible, so they move easily through blood vessels. In sickle cell anemia, some red blood cells are shaped like sickles or crescent moons. These sickle cells are also become rigid and sticky, which can slow or block blood flow. The current approach to treatment. The current approach to treatment is to relieve pain and help prevent complications of the disease. However, new treatments may cure people of the disease. And if you don't know how it looks, that's how it looks inside. Like my son, blood cells. That's how it look. Sometimes it's shaped like a crescent, like a C almost. But if you never know, that's how it looks. That's how it looks. And when they all clog up and come clogged and cluttered all together, it blocks the bloodstream from flowing to the other parts of the body. So that's where the pain come in at. And it hurts them very seriously. But I just want to show you a picture of that. If we I just give a little brief overview of that. If you have a child and they're in excruciating pain, maybe you should get it checked out, especially when they are born. I have the trait, his mother have the trait. That's why he have sickle cell anemia. That's why he's like that. But he's a strong young man. I ain't saying that just because that's my son. If my daughters would have had that, it'd be the same way. It wouldn't be no different. But that's how it looks right there. I just want to show that right there right quick, just in case people didn't know. But some people don't know nothing about this. But the emotional side is hurting because when he was born, and that's when they told us about he had sickle cell, and I knew I had the trait and everything, and the mother, I don't know, I can't remember because we talked about it, and we discussed some different things, and as he grew up, we was at the doctor, and the doctor telling us one thing at the hospital, saying, he won't live to see 17, but he just had a birthday this year and he's 26. So I don't trust and believe everything that the doctor say. I listen to him. I ain't gonna be no fool now. I would listen to him and do what proper necessary steps I need to take care of him. But that's what I do. But I also know it's a higher power than this, just what they are saying. But a lot of the times people don't understand that it is emotional, and it can be stressful, and it can be hurting. You there watching your child deal with all this pain, and we sit here as adults that don't have no type of ailment, and we complain about everything. But here they are, they fighting every day. You complain because your toe hurt. You complain because your finger hurt. You complain about all this different stuff, and really don't even get down into it right there. But like I said, it is the emotional side that it hurts and it cries, and we deal with all this kind of stuff, and we go through that, and we have all this pain and everything. Y'all see him right there. He's back there chilling, and we sitting in at night, and times we cry. We are in so much pain ourselves because we don't want to see our child go through that kind of stuff either. Even sometimes we would say we ask the Lord sometimes, take the pain away from him and let us have it, because we feel like we can deal with that pain better than they can. You want to speak to the people?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all, for everything y'all do. It does mean a lot. I ain't gonna lie, it's been rough these past couple of months, especially around the winter time. People that deal with sickle cell, it ain't easy, bro. I ain't even gonna sit here and lie to you, but you gotta push through it. You have to, because you have people depending on you. You have to depend on yourself. You just gotta make sure you take care of yourself. it's gonna get times where you might slack off and things of that nature. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It might be times where I don't be drinking as much water as I should. I still try to do it. My dad, be on me to do that because at the end of the day, he just wants me to take care of myself and be at the best I can be. But yeah, man, like these times I've been in the hospital and y'all been there, I really do appreciate it though, for real. Everybody that's been like hitting me up, checking up on me, I really do appreciate it. So for now, that's all I got to say.
And the thing about that, even with that, is that sometimes he's been in the hospital. Y'all don't know. We just don't really say something all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But we appreciate all the prayers and all the phone calls and all the texts and everything. One of the things that me and Brandon talked about before is that we know that it's stressful, even on him as a young man. It's stressful, but I do all I can to encourage him, and I know his mama do all she can to encourage him and his family and some of his friends, and we do all that we can to encourage not only just him. When I see the Sickle Cell Warriors and I'm friends with some of them, I'm on their page, and I see they when they're in the hospital and they going through and they hurt and they're in so much pain and stuff. I always send them some praying for you. Keep your head up. Hold on. Don't give up, because at times it could be stressful till they want to give up.
Yeah, there's a couple of people that I have talked to that was on the verge of that, because it's not easy. It's not just a physical battle that you're dealing with. You're dealing with a mental battle and an emotional battle as well, especially with the mental part, just because, for example, say there's times where I may be hurting or whatever, and it gets to the point where I do need to go to the hospital. You have that mindset of, well, I don't want to go in because depending on the hospital you go to, some is good, some just terrible, but you have that mindset of, if I go in and I just recently came out not too long ago, they're going to be like, well, you just came back, or you drug seeking, you this and that, third, and it's so many things that's piled up on you. Then, for some people, if you work, you thinking about that, you don't want to lose your job, then you thinking how I'm going to get money to, pay for the things I need and keep a roof over my head and all this other stuff. So it's a lot behind it. It's not just pain that you just dealing with. It's way more to it than just that. And, like you said, whenever I do go in, sometimes y'all don't know. And I do speak on it sometimes I don't. When I'm in there, it's not just, I'm in there and I'm just, letting them do what they need to do and sleep all the time, even though I do be resting, don't get me wrong. But when I'm in there, I notice that sometimes, when I'm home, yes, I have ideas and all the stuff I come up with, yeah. But when I'm in there, I have way more ideas. When I'm in there, I talk to more people. Then that's mainly really, like, don't get me wrong, God talk to me when I'm home and just in general, but when I'm in there, he really do talk to me. And same thing, I'm not just in there not doing nothing. Like, I'm still working behind the scenes, whether I'm here at home or in the hospital or wherever I'm at. Even when I got my headphones on, because a lot of y'all that see me in person, y'all see I have my headphones on majority of the time. It's not God, I'm not ignoring you, things of that nature. I say, hey, that feel be you hugging all that. But when I'm listening to music, one, that's like my safe space, but also that's me working because I am listening to music to come up with these, dance videos or these, short films or potentially long films I'm working on and things of that nature. So you never know. Hey, it's a lot to it though. We get more people, more Sickle Cell Warriors on here and they can share their experience. But yeah.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I'm trying to put together too, is that have other Sickle Cell Warriors on. We had the ladies. I got to get the men together now so we can do a men thing and then bring them all together on at once and let them share their experience of what they deal with and what they go through. And one of the main things that me and him talk about sometime is that um, because of the medicine that he has to take sometimes, it's strong and it can be addictive. So he has to be very careful and wise and watch himself with that because it can be. It can be very addictive, not only just for him. Even if we took it, we will be addicted to it. So we have to be very wise. But a lot of times we deal, and when I go to the doctor's appointment, especially when he was younger, I used to watch the kids in there, and I'm sitting there watching them kids like, how's y'all so strong? And we as an adults cry about everything. But here it is. I seen a kid, a little child. He was back in the back with the doctor. Seen a little child that this side of the brain it was cut this way because she had brain cancer. But laughing and joking and playing with me while I was sitting there. And I'm sitting here. This a child got so much love and strength going on about life, and we sit here and complain about every doggone thing. Why? And they deal with stuff mentally and physically. Sometimes we just deal with stuff physically. And then sometimes we deal with mental stuff.
And people with sickle cell, because there's different, you got SC, SS, the list goes on. You got some people that hurt every day. You got some people that hurt every other day. Some don't have pain at all. So it really depends. And it can trigger at any moment. 1 minute, I'm God forbid, but I ain't even gonna say that. But just in general, 1 minute you can be fine and laughing up, doing whatever. Next minute it just hits you like that. Your whole body just shut down. You start hurting. You don't want to do nothing. It just hurts. It's painful, bro. But that's how quick it can trigger though. So you just have to be careful with that. Your friends, your family, whoever. Make sure you inform them on what you're dealing with, what's going on. Because usually we tell people how to handle it so you don't start panicking. Because if you panic, then we gonna panic, and then it's gonna go left, and it's not gonna be a good time. But we usually know how to manage that and tell you how to deal with it and what to expect.
Oh, don't get it twisted. Now I get at him. I mean, if I didn't love him, I couldn't get at him like I do. And it don't make no difference. Same way I got on with my parents, my mama, my brother used to get on me. I get on them because I have to tell them the realness of this about life. I tell them the realness of it. It's no game. It's no joke. This ain't no play stuff. This is real life. This ain't like he said one time before on a live. This ain't no game that you can match the button and start over. Restart the whole game. No, that ain't life. Yes, God give people another chance. I quit saying second chance because he don't gave many a chances. So I took second chance out. God has given us many chances from our childhood all the way up until now. So that's why I take second chance out, which I understand what it is when they say second chance. That means God give you another chance at life. But I take second out. That's my personal thing. I took second out because I could have been dead plenty times. But the emotion side of this right here is that you don't see, like I said earlier, you don't see when we get the phone call or the text 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You don't see when we get on the road and highway praying, heading to the hospital and stuff like that. You don't see the parents. Y'all don't see that side of the parents. You don't see the side that when we are home sometime and we got to get up and go to work, or we leaving the hospital going to work, praying and crying in our minds and in the car before we get out the car, and then get out the car and function like ain't nothing wrong. See, y'all don't see that side.
It's dealing with sickle cell. Like I said, it can happen anytime. For most people, I notice that it does happen a lot. Excuse me, more frequent at night, especially in the middle of the night when you be asleep. And that's the worst time because you sleep and it just hits you out of nowhere if you're not already in pain and it just got worse. But when it surprises you in your sleep, that is painful. And it can be 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then, a lot of us, it's hard to get out of that mindset. So it takes a while. You have to understand. But a lot of single spirit warriors don't, whether you stand with friends, family, or whoever, you don't be wanting to like get up and tell, that person that can you take to the hospital the second, third, because some feel like a burden. And it is, like I said, it's hard to get out that mindset. And it takes a while to adjust to people that like don't mind helping you regardless of the situation. At the end of the day, you looking at it like, but you need your sleep, you got to go to work, or you got your own personal life going on. So I ain't trying to get in the mix of that. And some people don't look at it that way. They look at it like, bro, if you need me, I got you. That's just how it is. Those are the people you want to keep around.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone just tuning in, welcome to Real Talk Conversations. Your first time, say hello. Put a 1 in the chat, wave, do what you do in the chat. But yes, and I'm be real transparent. A lot of times, parents that have children that's dealing with sickle cell, not only sickle cell, with any chronic disease or anything, y'all don't see the mentality that we have to deal with. And I'm gonna get to the hospital and they're gonna give us that bad news. See, y'all don't see that part. On the way to the hospital, is this my last time seeing my child? So y'all don't know nothing about that side. But we stay positive on the way to the hospital. We stay praying on the way to the hospital. We keep our heads up. We keep our strength up. So when we get there and they land there, they see the strength from us. So they can be strong and push and keep going. That's a side y'all don't see.
Yeah. Because even when I'm in there, like, don't get me wrong, yeah, I be in pain, all this other stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, like, it be times where, I don't have to cry no more, or whatever. Sometimes I have to break down, but don't get me wrong, when I'm in there, I will crack some jokes.
Yeah.
That's just how I am. I'm just goofy in general, but I always gonna end up like cracking a joke or two, whatever, just because I can't be in that mental state of just being on like thinking negative or just thinking, well, this is just pain and this is what it is. Like, nah, I can't think that way. I refuse to think that way.
Yeah, and you have to, even you have to keep a strong, positive mindset. My eyes have seen a lot of stuff. Even growing up, my eyes seen a lot of stuff. Even when the first time he went to the main hospital in Charlotte, and I went in on the wrong end, and I came through the bottom floor. Can't remember what they call that bottom floor. But when I walked through there, I seen a guy chest open. I'm talking about this was open. That was open. They had just brought him in. I seen a guy all across here. It was just cut, split open. I don't see a lot of stuff. And still to have my right mind, that's something by itself.
Yeah. That'll scare somebody. Because even me, I recently had experienced a couple hospital visits ago. When I went to the hospital, they didn't have me like in a room. They had me like in a hallway or whatever. And they had like a couple of beds in the hallway. And ambulance came in. It was like a shooting apparently, if I'm not mistaken. But it was a shooting that happened up in Charlotte. And a woman came in, they doing what they need to do. Chest open. Think they like open her head somewhere. I was like, God. So it's a lot of stuff I've seen, but to see that though, it messed somebody up. But I seen that, prayed for her. I don't know the lady. I haven't heard anything about it just because they can't share who that person information is, this and third. So obviously I understand that. But If you ever see this, I pray that you're doing better, wherever you are.
Even here, watching the things that's going on, even like right around here, there's a lot of people that have sickle cell, but they want to be normal.
Yeah, you have to get out of that mindset.
You got to get out of that mindset. You're not normal. You're not normal. And there's some things that you got to take care of yourself to prevent a lot of stuff. You know, a lot of sickle cell patients, a lot of sickle cell caretakers, we understand a lot of stuff about it. And I know sometimes when you meet them, they'll say, well, yeah, I know I had a cousin to die from that. I had a cousin to die from that. And the first thing I always ask them is, was they take care of themselves?
Yeah.
And a lot of times they say, no, they won't.
And don't get me wrong, I know like a lot of people don't mean no harm by, when they do say stuff like that. But to be honest with you, especially talking to many sickle cell warriors, we do not be wanting to hear that. Like, oh, you had a friend or family member that died from it, this and the third. Like, we get that you're not thinking it taking it in the wrong way. But if I'm being completely honest with you, we don't be wanting to hear that just because that sets us in like a negative like mindset and things of that nature. Or just in general, just don't like nobody's not trying to hear that though. It's not that we don't care about, your loved one, the situation. It's just that specific topic is like kind of sensitive for like a lot of us.
And sometimes it ain't just because they died from that.
Yeah.
It's because they didn't take care of themselves.
Because usually it don't be just because sickle cell itself. It's rare if that do happen. Usually it's because they wasn't, like you said, taking care of themselves. Some it could have been from sickle cell, and if it was like acute chest and things of that nature, and they didn't get treatment in time. But that's kind of rare for that to happen. It's usually because they wasn't taking care of themselves. And like you said, some be thinking that they're normal. If you do this, just do it responsibly and just be careful and manage it. But you got some that drink, smoke, things of that nature. And I get as far as like the smoking part, it can benefit, if you're not trying to take pain medication, it can benefit that. But if you do go that route, talk to your hematologist before doing that. But yeah, man, it's a lot to it.
So it's a whole lot to it, a whole lot. And like I said, just because they pass away doesn't necessarily mean that they died from that. It's because it could have been a lack of not taking care of themselves. Early on, they didn't know too much about it, but now it has advanced. They have more technology and more stuff to help out with it now. Because the lady that passed away, I think a couple of years ago, she was 86. She had sickle cell. So it all depends on how you take care of yourself, and all depends on your eating habits. It all depends on if you trust in the Lord. And I know a lot of people don't, that this do not pertain to you. If you don't, that's your business. My eyes have seen too much not to believe in it, but that's my personal choice. I don't know about you. But anyway, she lived to be 86 years old. And when I watched and read her story, she said, trust in the Lord and do right. The doctors tell you to drink fluids. Fluids do not mean alcohol, wine, and beer. That does not mean that, because they have a whole lot of sugar in it, or have a whole lot of different stuff in it.
If you do drink juices, like don't get me wrong, yeah, drink Gatorade and all that other stuff, vitamin water.
Yeah, for the electrolytes.
You can, go natural. Get fruits and stuff and do it that way, blend it or mixing different fruits and things of that nature. Which, by the way, one of our great friends, he got sickle cell too. His name Demetrius, but he go by AR the Prophet. So y'all have to check him out. But yeah, he be showing, different ways and different fruits and vegetables and things you can eat that helps out with sickle cell. Because when we went to Atlanta, um, he had like a segment where he was like, mixing vegetables and fruits, and we tried it. A lot, it was good. It was good. But yeah,
Yeah.
the natural things help, and even the medicines or the fruits and vegetables that's nasty, those usually be the ones that help and work the most. A lot of people don't know that though. It's not always the medicine that tastes good and all that, but usually they don't really help for to a degree. To a degree. But
Yeah. And everyone just tuned in. Welcome. Real Talk Conversation. We just talking a little bit about parenting a child with sickle cell. As a well, he ain't no child no more, but as a young man, what do you expect out of us, the parents?
mm, shoot.
Put them on the spot, y'all.
Mm. It just depends because everybody's different. But as a young man, to a parent, even though I do deal with sickle cell, you pray and hope that your parents will be there for you and help you the best way they can. You know, while they still living and give you the knowledge and everything you need to know. And like I said before, a lot of people don't be wanting to say nothing, even though that's your parents. Yeah, they gonna look out, but like I said, you just have that mindset. I ain't trying to wake them up, and I ain't trying to do this and that third. But regardless, your parents still got you at the end of the day. You still have to be like open to talk to them and express how you feel and what's going on. So some be scared to do it, some don't know how to, but it does help when you have like communication. That it goes a long way. Not only is helping you, but it's helping them, especially to understand. Because only so much they can understand from a doctor telling them or they doing research or whatever. But for it to personally come from you, the person dealing with it, puts them in a different headspace. But like, okay, so I get what they saying, but I'm hearing what you saying as well because everybody's different that deal with sickle cell. Yeah, we all have pain, but it can be different for everybody. Yeah. You put me on the spot on that.
Yeah, so it's different, and I know every parent deal with it differently than what I may deal with it, and I may deal with it different than what they may deal with it. But we all come together because I know we went to the sickle cell convention this year, the event they had down in Atlanta. Just talking to some of the parents there and seeing what they deal with and what they have to go through, even with their child, because some of the parents that was there, they had a child with sickle cell, but they also had sickle cell. I have the trait. And I do ache sometimes. I don't hurt like he be hurting, but I do ache sometimes. I do ache. So if you ever be around me and you see me rubbing my leg, sometimes I'm aching some.
Because you have people that try to mask it and be like, yeah, I'm good. But sometimes you could tell that they not okay. Just especially if you pay attention to them a lot, their mannerisms or the way they walk or whatever the case may be. Some will just tell you straight up, I'm hurting. Usually me, I'll be like, yeah, I'm hurting here and there or whatever. If I ain't hurting, but if it's like bad, that's when I say something too. Usually I'll like let people know ahead of time. And with me, you might not really see me like rub my back or like my legs or whatever. And just in general, like I will do this a lot, just stretch because that's just what I normally do because I do dance. And plus it like helps out. But like for me and a lot of sickle cell warriors, we can't sit or stand for too long. So if you see me like moving around and all this other stuff, it's just because I'm trying to either one find a comfortable spot or two not to sit for too long, so I like start hurting. But yeah, usually for me it's like my lower back and like my legs, but like in the groin. And yeah, if it's like bad or whatever, you'll usually notice it with me because I'm not doing a lot of the normal things I usually would do. Yeah. And for a lot of people that don't know, if somebody is having like a sickle cell crisis in their chest, please go to the hospital because you do not know if that's acute chest or not, and you just want to be safe. So don't sit there and try to wait it out and be like, this, that, and third. Now, if it's just like heartburn or things of that nature, okay, cool. But if it's still unnatural to you, go to the hospital because the acute chest can lead, that can be fatal to where you would no longer be here, God forbid. But yeah, and some don't understand this, but a normal cold, to him, that is not normal for us. For him, that could be a cold. For us, that could be flu or pneumonia. So you got to be careful, with that too. So even when I be meeting people, in person, I ain't trying to be rude or whatever. You might see me with a mask on, you might not. But if I hit you with a fist bump, or I'll be like, I ain't trying to get too close or whatever. It's not that I'm like trying to be funny. It's just I have to be careful myself. Just because I ain't trying to go to the hospital or have something else going on other than that. But I say, hey, say what's up, take a picture, give you a hug, dap you up, whatever. But usually I might hit you with a fist bump, just depending on the situation and where I'm at. Especially if it's like out of town, maybe.
Yeah. And because a normal cold to us or to me, it can be something different for him. Yeah, they catch colds and stuff like that, and it can be a normal cold or something like that. But it could be something else too. It could lead to pneumonia, could lead to acute chest pneumonia. And what's going on right now, what I've been reading about is this, as we called it back in the day, old folks used to call it walking pneumonia, but it's something serious, y'all.
Oh yeah, it's on the rise.
And it's on the rise, just like COVID on the rise. I know a lot of y'all don't believe in there ain't no such thing as COVID and all that kind of stuff. That's your decision. That's your opinion. But I guarantee you, when some of y'all said that wasn't real and you caught it and you came through it, that you won't say it no more.
Yeah. Take the extra steps. Wash your hands. Have Lysol or hand sanitizer and all that other stuff. Wipe down your phones and things of that nature. Wear a mask if you choose to. If you don't, that's on you. But you can still catch it even when you wear a mask sometimes.
Yeah.
So you still have to just be careful.
There's nothing 100% proof.
Because I don't know if I'm pretty sure a lot of you remember, but not too long ago, like a couple months ago, when I was in the hospital and I couldn't really breathe and things of that nature. Around that time, I had COVID leading to pneumonia, but thank God they caught it. And it was just COVID or whatever. That is a scary feeling. Not being able to breathe, that is not a good feeling.
Mm-hmm. And they have that, what's that they call RSV? See, they got so much stuff out right now. Precaution is good. Precaution is good. Like you said, wash your hands. Wash your hands good. Hand sanitizer. I'll just be honest with you. There's some nasty people in the world. I don't shake everybody's hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I have seen people go in the bathroom and come. I'm using the bathroom just like, I'm washing my hands, but they walk right at the bathroom. No. Mm-mm. Nope. I don't shake it. Hey, man, No, I don't shake hands. I give you a fist bump.
You'd be amazed.
You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed how germs pass just like that. You'll be amazed. And I was watching TikTok one day, and just so happened the funeral director, because there's a lot of funeral directors showing a lot of stuff on TikTok about embalming and all the funerals and all this kind of stuff. And the lady was saying, and I don't know if y'all do it, but I have never done it, is that when people die in the casket, they kiss them while they're in the casket. Funeral director advised people not to do that. because even though that body is deceased, it can still transmit a disease to you. It can. And I was sitting there like, wow, wow. I said, man, that's even though they're deceased, they still can transmit the disease to you, a disease to you. So, wow.
I know that.
Yeah. That's why they stay covered and they wear all this protective stuff on them. But getting back to the other side, that's a side nobody really knows about, the emotional side that we deal with. And if we, and I'm not saying people will do it, and I know some people have done it. Me personally, thank God I have never exploded on somebody, but we do get into a place sometime where we don't really want to be bothered. And we may say, just give me a few minutes or something like that, because we're dealing with our child in that pain, laying up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's, even though I am like a young adult, things of that nature, but it's gonna hit different just in general, whether you a child or whether you grown or teenager, whatever. But especially when it's a child, that puts you in a different headspace because you don't want to see no kid going through that, crying and they discomfort and all that. That'll mess you up, and you don't be want to talk to nobody. And this, like you said, it's the same thing with sickle cell warriors. It's not like we don't do it on purpose. It's just sometimes you got to give us a minute because a lot of people have like social batteries and things of that nature. It's pretty much the same thing. We in a headspace right now. We just need to chill. We don't want to be bothered for a little bit. It's not that we got something against you. It's just let us do what we need to do. Then when we come back, we good. But we understand that you care and you trying to make sure that we good. Trust me, we do understand that from a person with sickle cell and a parent that has a child that deals with sickle cell, things of that nature, or whether it's a parent that have a trait or sickle cell. So you just have to be mindful of that.
Yeah, and be aware. You see the little thing up in the corner. Sickle cell disease awareness, because it does matter just like everything else. We ain't gonna count them out. Yes, I know cancer matter. Yeah, I know autism matter. Yeah, I know all this stuff matters. So do this.
Mm-hmm.
But see, one thing about me, even before he was born, I cared about other stuff before I found out before he was born. I cared about domestic violence. I cared about autism. I cared about cancer. I cared about a lot of this stuff. And I've been to a lot of these events to learn and sit and listen and watch different kids, especially kids that's dealing with this stuff, and watch them and read up about a lot of this stuff. There's one thing about dealing with the different type of diseases and things that's been passed down through birth. A lot of times we don't read up about a lot of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe in trust and prayer, but boy, it's some other stuff you better deal with too and take care of too.
That can only go so far.
That can only go so far. And see, when and I listen to the doctors when they be live and stuff like that. See, a lot of times we won't listen to stuff like that. We may listen about maybe a couple of minutes, then we'll go somewhere else and start looking at stuff that entertain, that's laughing and drama and mess and stuff like that. But we'll bypass a lot of the information that's going on until it affects you.
Mm-hmm. Then it's too late. God forbid, but
I got my braces on too.
yeah, I usually have mine on too.
It doesn't matter until it affects you. It's my motto. See, that's when we start caring, when it started affecting us. See, I was already caring before he was born and everything. I was already caring and still care to this very day.
And you can get tested to see if you have sickle cell because it is some people that truly don't know that they actually have sickle cell disease or they may have a trait. So you can actually go get that test done, believe it or not. Rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know this, but I both parents have a trait or one has the disease or whatever the case may be, it's not good for that child because they will have it 10 times worse. You know, if they're not aware of it, they're not aware of it. You know, you can't help that. But if you know about it, then please be mindful of that if you plan on having children. Now, if you have a trait or you have sickle cell and that, you know, your spouse or whatever doesn't have it, then okay, you're good. You know, it's still a discussion to have, and, you know, be mindful of that. But 9 times out of 10, that child won't have it if your partner doesn't have a trait or anything of that nature. But it's good that both of y'all do get, you know, tested for that so you know.
Mm-hmm. And everyone just tune in. Welcome. This is your first time here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Real talk conversation. And for the ones that missed it, I'm gonna show it again. That's us right here.
The normal blood cells.
That's the normal blood cells. That's my son and the sickle cell warrior. That's their cells.
We have normal blood cells too, but
yes,
we have those which is a sickle cell.
Like some of them turn like a crescent moon.
Mm-hmm. Or you know, kids that's watching this a banana shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not getting enough oxygen in your blood and all that stuff. They get sticky and they clog up. And it's not a fun time because you will have pain. And most sickle cell warriors that I know, it's usually the lower back or the legs. It might not be in the groin like how it is for me, but it can be the entire leg. For some, it's their arms, and you know the list goes on. And like I said before, if it's in your chest, please go to the hospital. You know, and I get some try to, you know, I guess we would say thug it out at home. If you can, do it, but please be careful with that. That's not nothing to play with. So please be careful, be mindful of that. If you need to go, then go. You know, I understand, trust me, I understand, you know, you don't want to go because all the mental things that you're thinking about dealing with the hospital, things of that nature. And, you know, the one I go to, you know, they're amazing. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, you're gonna come across some bad doctors. You may not. You never know. You got some that are very educated on it. You got some that may not. That's willing to learn. Because I came across a good amount of people that's willing to learn that don't know much, but they know a good amount or they don't know. And some they just flat out tell you, "Hey, what you want us to do? What you want us to do? You know yourself better than I do." So, and for a lot of sickle cell patients, they may have a care plan. And if you don't know what a care plan is whenever you go to the emergency room, your doctor has like a note of like what the doctors should be doing and things of that nature. And some don't, but it's very well, you know, to be educated on that, know what works for your body, what helps you the most, and advocate for yourself. Sometimes it is hard, I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes you will notice a difference between when you're a child and a teenager and then you become an adult. It's a huge gap, difference between that. And you'll notice the difference if you're by yourself sometimes versus if somebody is with you. Because there do be some doctors that will try to like be slick if you by yourself. He has seen it, I've seen it, I've experienced it. So, you know.
That's when he's seen the other side of me.
Yeah, even Alea, she experienced it. And a bunch of other suicide warriors that most likely experienced it. But like I said, I'm thankful that I have switched to, you know, providers that I'm with now because they really try to help. They're not just looking at it like the physical part. They also give me resources for mental, you know, for my mental state and emotionally. Yeah, it's good to have a team that really cares.
That's right. And on that note, we're going to take a little break right here. thought we put a little commercial there. But yeah, we deal with a lot of stuff, and as a parent, we go through a lot of stuff. We face a lot of stuff, and even with the decisions we may have to make, we have to do it out of love and respect and holding it down for our child. Or even if you're a child taking care of your parent with a chronic disease, there's a lot of stuff that you see and you face yourself.
Mm-hmm.
See, and like I said earlier, you don't see the nights that we cry. You don't see that.
Because don't get it twisted. It's not just children, parents that's helping children that deal with sickle cell. It can be the other way around, because that is an actual thing. The children may not have it, but the parent does.
Yeah,
and we've seen that.
You don't see the days that we go on break and sit out in the car and be crying and praying and stuff like that. You don't see that side. That's the other side of everything. You don't see that side when one time he was in the hospital and I was there with him. He was younger, and I was standing at the window watching the sun come up. And you don't see that side. Lord, let him see another day. You don't see that side. But I thought he was asleep, but he woke up and said, Daddy, everything will be all right. I just thought he was asleep. He was woke.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching the sun come up. You don't see that side. You don't see that side that we miss a lot of sleep. I remember one time I was running off 1 hour of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
1 hour.
I took a picture, and then I prayed for him. This is like years ago. But yeah, that happens. You can just be running off 1 hour of sleep. And even like for the patient or the person dealing with sickle cell, sometimes you be up that whole night or like 2 days straight just because one, you in pain, but also if you're in the hospital, obviously it's a lot going on. They come to talk to you and do all this other stuff, check your vitals. So it'd be a lot going on. So you don't really get to go to sleep for real either till you come back home or they put you up in a room.
Yeah. So you don't see this 23 hours of being awake, no sleep, but 1 hour.
It does a lot to your body. It does a lot. Some people, they don't understand it, so they'll be like, whether you're the parent or talk to a person that deals with sickle cell. Excuse me. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand it, so they might be like, "Bro, you lazy. You don't want to do nothing. You don't know what's going on with them." Mm-hmm. They might just get the rest that they need because they miss some sleep or whatever the case may be. You never know. It's not that they lazy, because trust me, a lot of them either do work or they want to work, whatever the case may be. Some just don't have the opportunity to do that, so they do the best they can with what they know and learn new things to make money and things of that nature.
Yeah, so you don't see that side. You don't see the side when we sit in and we talk to the doctors. What else can we do? What can we do to help them even more? And you don't see the side when we up late at night. They can be asleep at home. We either on the phones or the laptops or the tablets and stuff, research and stuff. You don't see that side.
Mm-hmm. You praying and hoping that if you go to the hospital or wherever, or if you already there, you praying and hoping that they don't come in and give you some bad news, or the worst is they got a cut on you and do all this other stuff. You praying that it don't happen. The max I've only gotten was I had my gallbladder taken out because I had to.
Mm-hmm.
In some sickle cell warriors, they have to get their hips replaced and things of that nature. It gets real. It can go further than that, but usually didn't be like the main thing. So
see, this is real life right here. This is real life right here. Dealing with this stuff, this is real life. So you don't see that side. You don't see that side when, as a parent like me. I use me as an example because I can't talk about nobody else. I can talk about me. I remember when my mama had pneumonia and she was in the hospital. Brandon was in the hospital. So I'm at the hospital taking care of my mama. Leave my mama and come up here, come to Charlotte and make sure he okay. Leave from there and come back down to the hospital where my mama is and take care of my mama. And then I would sleep there with my mama because I know he's okay. I would sleep there at the hospital with my mama. Then wake up, go to work, get off work and do the same routine all over again.
It's a lot behind that.
There's a lot behind it. And if I want strong here, I would fail.
You lose your mind.
And I lose my mind.
Because even from a sickle cell standpoint, y'all don't see, that's having to wake up and taking a bunch of medications and things of that nature. Like, bro, that junk is hard to do.
Yeah.
Some people are like, man, just taking medicine. You don't know what that medicine is doing to your body. You can do the research and they can tell you what the side effects may be or whatever. But now taking 1, 2, 3, okay, that's normal for some people. You got to take at least about 10, maybe 15 medications. See how that work out for you.
And I know that's rough on some people, especially young people. Got to take all that medicine. I see why they want to. Just like, you know what, I just should just give up. But it's always hope there. It's always some hope, because now you gotta keep encouraging. You gotta keep encouraging, especially the young people that's dealing with any type of chronic disease. We encourage everybody else. You see superstars, you can be on their page or whatever. Keep your head up. But when it's somebody local, you don't even say nothing to the local people. So encourage people that's going through something, because you never know what somebody's dealing with or what they're going through. You never know what they're facing in their own life. You never know. You never know.
And like I said, referring back to like the medication standpoint, you taking so many medications, which thank God over the years mine has trickled down to a good amount or whatever. But even then, you taking these medications, one, it could be making you sick in your stomach. Then, some could be doing something else to you. You never know. But you taking this, then you gotta be like, okay, well, I gotta get up and eat this. I gotta drink this. This doesn't have this effect on me. But I also gotta do this. So this medication don't do, like, bro, it's a lot to be thinking about and do.
Yeah.
And it's a lot behind that.
It's a lot behind it.
Some people just break down and start crying. That you have to do, like, for some people, they have to do that every day. And there's some that may skip a day just because they just don't got the strength to get up and do it or want to do it.
That's true. And so they get up and go through their normal routine. And sometimes, and we know they don't take their medicine every day. They might skip a day or two here and there. That's normal, because we as adults, we do the same thing.
Everybody.
So, hey, don't be trying to say, well, you need to take your medicine. Did you take your medicine today? You need to do, did you do this today? Well, I ain't do this today. What did you touch?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, life happens. Things happen, people got their own life. Some circumstances may come up to where they might have to rush out the house and get a chance to take it or whatever. But, if you do miss a day or two, make sure you follow back up or whatever. Because even for me, because I take blood thinners, I have to, just because I have a port in my chest and, blood clot like near my neck. And I have to make sure I keep taking it. If I don't, that can be worse. But thank God it won't. But yeah. So, I have to keep up on that.
That's right. Same way we should be taking our medicine. A lot of stuff that I was doing, and I got slack on it. I got to get back to doing it, because it was helping me through my life, through my little aches with my knee and stuff. I got this stuff called cacao. It's some pure cocoa, and that got a lot of magnesium and other stuff that's in it too. And I've taken it and it was doing great. I got slack on it, but I'm getting back to what I'm supposed to be doing. Because one thing about me and that I have learned over the years, and I have shared it with him and said it to him, I can't say one thing to people or even on here, but I'm doing something opposite. If I'm saying I'm doing this, I'm going to do this too. It's just like me telling somebody, don't go out and smoke no cigarette. But here I am, like, yeah. Yes, I can warn you the side effects of it. But if I'm going to tell you don't smoke, then I should be on my way of stopping the smoke if I am smoking. Thank God I don't have those type of habits. I remember the first time I tried to smoke, though. I tried to smoke. That first couple, That ain't for me. That ain't for me. But we don't, a lot of times you don't see that side. You see the side of us, we're laughing and joking. And sometimes you may see that downside when we don't feel too good or we're not happy, but you don't see that other side that we are dealing with and the sad part, and we about to cry or we are crying and we got all this stuff running through our head about our child. Y'all don't see that part. And like I said, I was going from the hospital in Charlotte to the hospital down here in Monroe. So my mom was in Monroe. Back to Charlotte, go to work. Back to Monroe, go to work. Back to Charlotte. That's how I was. That's how I was. I was back and forth. In between, I was going to work. Lunchtime, sometime I would go out in the car, and I knew I had an hour, and I would go to the car, and I would just let seat back and go to sleep for about an hour because I run so much. I run so much. But that's what you do when you have your loved ones that you really love and care about. And I thank God for the people that have stepped up and helped me with my mama, and they helped me with my son. They helped take some of the load off me. And I do, and I appreciate them for that. I really do. And I thank you all for the prayers and the support. Because like I said, when y'all see the Cash App and the Venmo going on down there, I take that and we give it to people that may be in need. Guy hit me up last week. His mama, a friend, mama just passed away, and said, "Man, I just need a few dollars, man. Send it to him." I sent it to him. That's what we do. That's what you're supposed to do. And I think they just criminalized his mama because I seen him on a live today. So he's back in doing what he's doing, talking about the Bible and getting down to the nitty gritty about the Bible stuff. I appreciate him. Appreciate Brother Marine because he'll call me sometime, hit me up, see how I'm doing, checking on. He called Brandon now, he called him nephew. How nephew doing? He do. And I shout out to you, Brother Marine, man. I know you live right now because I was watching you a few minutes ago. But I just thank God for people like that. I thank God for people like that. I met some great people under him, listening to him. But see, that's the side y'all don't see. Coming down, traveling like we do, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You don't see that side. And all the parents that's doing that for your kids, and even with your parents that's still living, I commend y'all. Hats off to y'all. And I pray that much strength in your health and in your life and much blessings that's going to help out. Because one day God going to do what he said he going to do. Me personally, I always said, and I said it to him right there, I believe you're going to be healed without the medicine. I'm just crazy enough like that. And I ain't talking about when you die and go to the other side. You could be healed right here on this earth. All these people that saying, well, you got to die of something. That's a lie. Who told you that lie? See, all that old mess, man, that was taught to us. We need to get some of that old mess out. All that old mess some of y'all are afraid to say it, but I ain't afraid to say it. Some of that mess that your mama and grandma and granddad and daddy taught you, it's time for you to get some of that mess out. It's really time for you to let that go. It really is. A lot of that old teaching that they taught you, that stuff is wrong, and you still carry it on and pass it on to your kids and your grandkids. That BS is wrong, and you know it's wrong, but you still hold on to it and carry it on. Yes, some of that stuff they taught was right, and it still helped to this very, very day. But all that other BS stuff, it's time to push that stuff out. I don't care if it is your parent. Me and my mama talk all the time. Now that stuff my mama had showed us coming up, I said, Mama, we had to get rid of that stuff because that stuff ain't even right. But it was because that's what she was taught. And when we start knowing better, me and my sister and brother, we start pushing that stuff out. No, Mama, that's wrong. That's wrong. See, some of y'all won't tell y'all, say that to your parents. Some of y'all won't do that because I ain't want to be I don't want to be disrespecting them or mishonoring them. That ain't no mishonor. That's helping them learn the truth. But anyway, I just want to jump on for a few minutes, talk about that. Keep us in your prayers because we do deal with stuff as parents. We do go through stuff and we do have a hard time sometimes, but thank God we keep our head up, we keep pushing, we keep going. Thank y'all for the support. We thank y'all for everything that y'all do for us and how you support us and how you keep praying for us and how you send messages and how you do this for us. We appreciate that because without y'all would not be no us. We just be me and him on here talking sometimes, or just me, just talking sometimes. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all. Got anything to say before we get out of here?
Excuse me, I'm eating a Jolly Ranch, my bad, y'all. But I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm coming back. Just gotta bear with me, like I said, especially around wintertime. It get hard for us. It's a lot that's going on behind the scenes that we're working on and dealing with. And we try to have the best production for y'all, come out with the best stuff for y'all and things of that nature. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff that we're working on. Some I don't speak too much about just because I like to pop out with it. As far as like the dancing videos, and of course those is coming back. That be stopping, trying to get him out of retirement. But yeah, it's a lot going on.
Coming out one time.
I
told the boys I'm putting the group back together. I called and talked to them the other day. Oh, y'all didn't know they did you. Y'all, I used to dance.
My mom, they both dance.
You used to get down too. I used to get down so much to the board. The guys wanted to fight us a few times.
But yeah, like I said, we love y'all. We truly appreciate everything y'all do. We can't thank y'all enough. Whether we here doing this or whether we, doing whatever, or if I'm in the hospital, we appreciate everything for real. And anything that y'all donate, like he said, we very much appreciate it. You give it somebody who need it, things of that nature. But yeah, make sure y'all do your research on this stuff. Take care of your loved ones. Ask them what you can do to help them. Friends, family, your spouse, whoever. Educate them on the stuff. Do the education yourself as well, because it does help. And that lets them know that you do care and you're trying to do the best that you can. And, just listen, just be there for them. If they need you. Because, like I said, it's hard to have that mindset of trying not to be a burden. It's hard to get that mindset, especially when you dealt with like some bad people or whatever. But yeah, we appreciate everything. We love y'all. Stay safe, stay positive, take care of yourself. Stay warm because it's cold, bro. It's like 20-something degrees. But yeah, stay warm. I love y'all. Y'all know what I be saying. Be smooth with it.
And I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna get on up out of here. I just want to drop this right here on you, right here. A lot of times that we come together, laugh, joke, and play, and have a good time. That's all good because we do need to do that right there. It's time out to stop just coming together at a funeral. Plan a family reunion, plan a family function, plan something different. Because evil takes no days off. Death takes no days off. You can be here today and gone in the next few minutes. Stop letting a funeral be the only family gathering, reunion that we have. One thing about one side of my family is that we have family reunions. I got to try to make it next year. Nothing happened. A lot of times we just gather, just like the holidays, Thanksgiving, everybody had people over. Christmas, people going to have people over. Don't let that be the only time. And don't let death be the only time we gather. Don't let death be the only time you want to get into that mood and that sob story that I wish I'd have did this. You tell them now what you're waiting on. It's time for all this bickering to be cut out. It's time for all that mess to be cut out. Yes, I know you can't get along with some family. That's cool. And I understand that. But some of y'all don't feel like with family because of property that somebody left to them. Some of y'all feel like with family is because your mom and daddy didn't leave you nothing. They know who to leave stuff to. Some of y'all mad because such and such got the house, or such and such got the cars, or such and such got that money because you didn't get the money, or you mad because such and such was left with the be the beneficiary of everything, and now you mad because you ain't get it. What you mad for? My question to you: how much time did you really spend around your parents? Is that the case? How many times did you take care of your parents? That's the case. How many times you take your parents to the doctor when they needed you? If that's the case. Matter of fact, I was talking to a friend yesterday. How many of y'all stuck y'all parents in a nursing home and left?
That was happy.
You ain't been to see your parents or loved one in the nursing home in over a year. Tell me that part. But you crying about it. Oh, they didn't leave me nothing. They left such stuff. And they didn't give me none of this stuff. And they could have left me some. They got to leave you nothing. You act like the parents don't understand and see who's taking care of who. They know, and they gonna leave it to who taking care of who. But you mad at that parent. I mean that sibling because they did that. Yes, Carol, that you said that right. And that is so sad. And hello, that is so sad. Here it is, your mom and daddy don't struggle all these years and got all this stuff. And then the parents know that some of y'all, if y'all get a hold of that land and them houses and stuff, you ain't gonna do them to sell it. They make a profit. Because for one, you ain't gonna want to pay the taxes. I had a cousin like that. You ain't gonna want to pay the property taxes. Oh, when somebody died, you got a house. That bill don't never get stopped. But I'm gonna leave it alone. We're gonna talk about that one day. We'll talk about that one day. Y'all siblings. Why y'all fighting anyway? You know what? If you spend time with your loved ones, especially your parents while you're here, if you spend time with them, it won't be as hard when they transition. It won't. Yeah, it's gonna hurt because that's your mama or that's your daddy. But if you spend time with them, it won't hurt as much. It really won't. Because you know you've done all that you could do. You did everything that you can do for them. That is sad. That's sad, boy. See, these are real life stories, y'all. Real life stories. That's sad. But I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna go to the when we do have a chance to relax. I do all I can to relax sometimes. When he's not in the hospital and he's here, I do all I can to relax. I don't watch much TV, but when I do get a chance to watch it, I do watch it because I'm always reading something. I'm always paying attention to something. I'm always trying to educate myself on something. I laugh and joke, and I joke around sometimes like I don't know some stuff, but I do know some stuff because I'm in the stage of trying to learn a lot as I can as I go through this life. But it's sad how family has become. But I can go into the Bible and show you that was going to happen anyway. Sometimes it has to be like Jonathan and David. Sometimes a friend is more closer than a family member. But I'm gonna leave that alone for right now. So everyone, y'all have a great evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And y'all know how to do. We out of here. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Holla.